Hi everybody, welcome back to another Moods with Mad podcast episode. Is this one going to be on time? We'll see, because the last one was the last thing I posted and it was super late, which is annoying, but it did go up and now this is going up. So there's been a delay in my upload schedule, and I understand, and I hope that that's cool with y'all. I got in a car accident last weekend and didn't really have time to upload anything because I was in a car accident and didn't have the emotional capacity to deal with filming and editing and uploading. So my car is totaled, which is really cool. So I've been driving this very beautiful rental car. It's a 2020 Mercedes-Benz, which is a car that I will probably never be able to afford on my own, or at all for that matter. But it's really nice to drive for the next, week. I've been driving it for a week, and I think they extended my rental for another week, which is really exciting because I like driving that car. But my dad is coming up this week so that we can get a new car for me to drive, and it's going to be in my name and I'm going to pay for it, and it's going to be super cool to get a car payment and a car insurance payment, all because somebody decided to hit me while driving somewhere on a Saturday morning, which is super unfortunate because this could all have been avoided and I would be saving a lot more money if it just didn't happen. I was driving to my hair appointment on Saturday, I think it's the 22nd, and I had pulled up to the stop sign and I had stopped there and I was getting ready to turn right, and there was a car coming south on the road that I was turning right onto, and they were going to turn left onto the road that I was on. Well, me, sitting there minding my own business, noticed that they had turned a pretty hard left to be trying to go straight down the road that I was already on. I just saw that their car kept coming towards me. And I was like, oh no, 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 no. And then they smashed my car. So here are pictures of that. Poor Jasper, he's gone forever now. All of my memories of growing up and that being the first car that I ever drove and what took my friends places is gone, which makes me really sad, and I cried about it for like 3 days in the quiet of my room, of course, because nobody needs to deal with that. But I'm very, very distraught about the loss of my car. And that week had just been a bad week already. I was having some existential crises and, just trying to figure out some stuff. But then, as I was catastrophizing about death, God killed my car, which was pretty cool of him to do, I guess. I'll let you know what I come up with next. I am fine bodily, other than like some mild whiplash in my neck, as opposed to somewhere else, I guess. I was sore for like a day or 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, well, I mean, I tried to go back to the gym and that didn't really work, but yeah, my neck is just now loosening up, which is really nice because I'm sick of not being able to look more than like 45 degrees to my left and right. So yeah, I was in a car accident. That was my first major car accident that I've ever been in, and I am not thrilled about it because it wasn't even my fault, and now I have all of these repercussions. On another note, I turn 23 next week on the 3rd, which is super cool. I'll be 23. 22 was a step in the right direction to gaining financial independence for my parents, but like, what's another $400 with car insurance and car payments to, get me by? This all sounds very dry. It is kind of a dry topic. I'm very excited to turn 23. I feel a little bit existential about it, but at the same time, I can't really prevent what's happening. I'm just gonna keep getting older and older and older, so I might as well embrace it because it's never going to stop. I'm getting older as we speak, which is cool, but kind of scary. I don't know. For my birthday, I say that lightly because for my birthday and all of my friends who have March birthdays, we are having a wine and canvas party on Friday night, which is going to be very fun. I'm providing the wine and canvas, and I think people are going to bring snacks. But I was like, I want to do something for my birthday because birthdays in the past have really disappointed me, and I've always ended up like alone and sad, and it just gets really... I don't like to... As soon as I sent the text that I wanted to have a birthday party of sorts, I was like, I immediately want to delete that text because I'm afraid nobody will come. So I was just feeling very self-conscious, and then everybody was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. But then we came to the conclusion that there were like 7 people who had birthdays, so I was like, it can be everybody's birthday. I don't really care that much. I just want to hang out. I'm gonna go get the wine and canvas and stuff this week, and also a cake at some point because I want everybody to feel loved and appreciated, and like getting older is a big deal or something. We're all getting older, and it might as well be celebrated. We're all getting older, and it's very scary, and then your body starts quitting on you. And speaking of your body quitting on you, I've been sick for like a month, which is not, this is so negative. I'm so frustrated with myself right now because I'm just like, get over it. Life is not that bad. Nothing is going particularly wrong. I'm actually fine. I just am having some struggles, and that's okay. I will get through them, and we will persevere, and I will tell you some exciting things in a moment. Yeah, no, I got sick about a month ago. It was when the flu outbreak happened at work, and my roommates were sick, and then I had a cold, and I thought I was going to get the flu, but then I didn't get the flu. Well, the lymph node on my left side has been swollen since then, which was a month ago. And I am super irritated with it. I think I've stated this before. I don't like irregularity, and it really stresses me out that this is an irregular thing that's been happening for quite some time. And of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my body? I'm broken. I'm not broken. I'm actually fine. But yeah, I'm going to the doctor on Wednesday, the day after my birthday. So it's, yeah, the day after my birthday, which is on March 3rd, I will be waking up bright and early, go to the doctor, and get checked out and see if they want to run any tests or prescribe a new round of antibiotics. Because no, this lymph node would not be killed with antibiotics. It refused and has just chilled on my neck, and it hurts, and I don't like it. And I've been trying to just kind of relax and like not let myself do too much research on Dr. Google. But it is one of those things that I really like to do, and I find myself doing a lot. But I'm trying not to get worked out about it because there's nothing I can do about it at this point except just wait until my body quits fighting whatever and hope for the best, because there's no point in catastrophizing over the worst, because if it's happening, it's already happening, and there's nothing I can do about it, and being upset about it just won't help. Today is Saturday. It's leap day. How exciting is that? It's leap day, guys. Today I got up and did a workout with my friend Zoe. We went to Burn Boot Camp for a free trial class. And then they were like, yo, do you want to sign up for a membership? And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And they handed me the pricing sheet, and it was like per month, like average $150. And I was like, yeah, I can't afford that, so I gotta go. I really want to be able to afford it because I had so much fun and it was such a good workout, but I'm not gonna like strap myself financially to go to a workout class when I could just mimic something similar to in the gym that I pay $10 to go to a month. But if you can afford Burn Boot Camp, I really do recommend it, and it was super awesome, and everybody was super nice, and the trainers, like when you walk in, they learn your name so that they can talk to you like during the workout. So they'll like, they have a mic, and they'll like be like, yeah, you got it, keep going, and they'll use your specific name, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice, thank you. It was nice to have encouragement. But then after that, Zoe and I went and got brunch at, I think it's pronounced Luvino. We were gonna go to Another Broken Egg, and we actually put our name in at Another Broken Egg, but they had like a 30 to 45 minute wait, and we were both starving. And Luvino had just opened up, and there was no wait, so we went there, and we split pancake tacos and French toast, the stuffed French toast, which had this beautiful like vanilla mascarpone thing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Then we had mimosas. I'd never been there before, so it was just a morning of firsts. And then I went home and took an hour nap before I showered or did anything, and now it's like 4:40 already, and I took a nap from like 1 to 2, and then I sat on the phone with Jared for like an hour. So now I've just started kind of getting my hobby things going, which like recording this and recording a video for next week. I was trying to do 23 things I learned in 23 years and like kind of make it wholesome and goofy. And I don't know if I hit the mark on that, so we'll see what happens. I might need to adjust the list. It's just kind of a mess, to be honest. I recorded it and I was like, I don't really like this at all. So I might revamp that and try again, but we'll see what happens with that. It doesn't have to be up till next weekend, so maybe I'll just nix it all together. I have no idea yet. I like the idea, but if it's bad, I don't want to do it because there's no point. I might just tack it on the front of whatever video I make. Or actually, okay, I think I have an idea. I think I'm gonna trash that video because I don't like it. It was so dumb, and Yeah, no, I'm definitely scrapping that and putting something else in its place. That's not related to my 23rd birthday, and that will go with the vlog for next week, and yes, it works out. Okay, perfect. Yeah, one of them was like, one of the things I learned in 23 years was nobody likes you when you're 23, and then I was gonna crop in that Blink-182 song, and I was like, why am I like this? And one of them was that Vine that's like, you either kill yourself or get killed, what you gonna do? And he does, oh my gosh, I was like, this is and then there were some wholesome ones that were like, you know, you don't have to be invincible, and you can need your mommy, and insurance is a scam, but that's neither here nor there. But it's just not worth posting if it's not good, now is it? Yeah, so and then I want to film a video to go up today. I wanted to finally film a desk cleaning video because I'm sick of my desk being a mess, and I have time to do it today, so I might as well. But I'm also kind of waiting for the sun to go down because my desk is right in front of my window, which is really nice for everything else except filming when I have to face away from the window. And so I have a bunch of backlight, which is not helpful. So I'm gonna wait for the sun to go down a little bit before I film that. And then I also need to kind of dress myself up for that because I'm literally in a t-shirt and sweatpants, and I would like to look a little more presentable. So I will be doing that in a little bit, but for right now, I'm recording this. I was talking to Jared on the phone for an hour about his business. He met with a friend today, and I don't really know what she does. But they met today to discuss some stuff and how he could, like, maybe work with her or do a project for her or something, because he does a multimedia business. It's called Courier Creative. It's very beautifully done, and the website is very beautiful, and he's really good at what he does, and I want him to succeed, but he's just started. So, but if you need anything done, I'll link his website in the comments in the description down below if you need anything at all. I know this is like 15 minutes in, and some of you probably haven't even listened to that far, but I just thought I would let you know. But I also started working more closely with Jared on his stuff as more of like a researcher for different people and different businesses that he might be able to meet with and work with. Next weekend, I know I'd already said that I was having that birthday party for everybody who has a birthday in March, but I'm also going to see Eliza Schlesinger. Sorry, I get tripped up on her name. But my roommate and I bought tickets in like November, December, and decided to get VIP tickets. So we're gonna meet her next weekend, and I am pumped. It's gonna be so cool. We have all been watching her. Me and my group of friends from high school have been watching her since we were like 15 and 16, and now Sarah and I are gonna meet her, and I am so terrified because she's so cool and I'm so lame. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit starstruck and be like, oh my gosh, I love you, fangirl in front of this person that I've watched on Netflix for so many hours. I've literally seen her comedy special Freezing Hot so many times that if we sit down and watch it, I can almost quote it forwards and backwards. It's gotten to the point where if we do sit down to watch it, again, for some reason, all of us are sitting there just like running through the lines. It's just one of those things. Sorry, I have a cup of tea. So if I pause to drink it, please don't judge me. I'll try to not make any slurping noises in your ears. What's next? What else? I always do this. I'm like, what else do I want to talk about? I always have a list, but I'm like, what order do I want to do it? And it's never that organized, and it's never that prepared. I'm going to talk about, I impulse signed up for a mini marathon, 13.1 miles. Another 13.1 miles that I'm going to run. My friend Kate wanted to do a half marathon, and she was like, do you want to do the Indy Mini with me? And I was like, yeah, why not? I've already run a full marathon at this point. Everything else is just much less of a dire situation than that was. So I think I can do it, and I've been training very lightly. Well, I was supposed to start training this last week, but getting in a car accident on Saturday really hindered my ability to run because I was sore. So I ran a 5K on Thursday night. Well, I didn't run like a 5K race. I just ran a 5K at the gym. So yeah, it took me way too long to finish it, but I was also still kind of sore and coming off of being sore and sick, and I think it'll be fine. It's happening in May, which is 2 months from now. It's the first weekend of May. It's right before race weekend, I think. We get to run on the Indy 500 racetrack. I'm really excited to do that because that's one of the best parts of races, is that you get to run through super fun things. Like when I ran the marathon and then the Santa Hustle in December, we got to run through the circle in downtown Indy, and it was so neat. And then during the marathon, we also got to run through the Indiana Museum of Art / Newfields outdoor area, and it was really pretty and nice. And I wish I could have enjoyed it more and wasn't dying in the process, but yeah, I really like getting to run in all of the fun locations that they kind of block off. I honestly should have just walked through Newfields. I would have probably enjoyed it a lot more, and I would have been less tired at the end, but you know, whatever, it's fine. So I'm running the mini marathon in like 2 months, and I need to get back onto training. I'm also trying to figure out how to eat right and eat the way my body is designed to eat, because everybody's body is different, and I could be eating a better diet, but then I'm like, well, which one is going to give me all the things that I need? And I don't know, and it's all complicated because there's like vegan diets and paleo diets and keto diets, and if you fit your macros and that kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't know which one to pick, and nothing seems to be working and blah, and I'm like just trying to pick one to do and follow. So I had Kate calculate my macros for me to see if I could stick with that for a hot minute and see if anything happens. I'm interested to see if it works and how it works. I like to watch a lot of YouTubers that are like more science based and have like the science on like metabolism and heart rate and resting heart rate and thermic effect of food and all of that. It's all very interesting, but I just can't keep it all in my head to apply it to my own life. So I'm just really struggling through and trying to get that taken care of and worked out. Animal Crossing, March is going to be an exciting month. March is a very exciting month. Animal Crossing is coming out. The Animal Crossing Switch is coming out. I'm going to meet Eliza Schlesinger. Animal Crossing comes out in 20 days. That is just not that many days. And I am so ready. They released that direct, I think last week or the week before, and I almost lost my mind in the middle of it. Like, I was at work trying to secretly, like, sneak peeks at it, and I was just, I have YouTube Premium, so I could keep my phone locked, but I was, like, trying to listen to it while working, but then I would always want to, like, look. So, I had to watch it again at lunch, but it was so good, and I'm so excited, and they added so many new features. Oh, it's beautiful, and I'm so excited. And I'm excited to have friends to play it with. And then Jared and I are going on a trip at the end of March. We're going to go visit my parents in Tennessee, and we are also going to go camping, I think, at Red River Gorge for a day or two. I don't know what days of that trip we will be, but I have the whole week off, which is all that matters, and I'm very excited. Oh, I also get to service direct next month at church, and I'm so excited to do that, which doesn't seem like a big deal. I mean, I guess I'm not service directing, I'm hosting. I don't know what well, I know what the difference is, but I also don't know what the difference is. Either way, I'm excited to do it. I like volunteering and I like spending time. It's one of my favorite places to be, so I like to be there and I like to serve other people, and I'm really excited that they were like, hey, do you want to host? And I'm like, and I get to host with Jared, so we're going to be like up there together doing our thing, and I'm like, oh, this is so cute and exciting, which it shouldn't be. It's not that big of a deal, but it feels like a big deal. But I'm excited about it, and that is what matters. So I hope that I don't get, like, nervous, because I'm not great at public speaking all the time. So I guess I'll just have to see what happens with that. Yeah. How's everybody doing? I mean, it snowed. How is your mental health? Do you have a happy light? Can you invest in a happy light? I'm actually doing very well, despite all of the nasty things going on. I am actually feeling pretty good about the way things are going and how the next couple of months I think will go. I have a lot to look forward to, but I also have a lot to be excited about in the moment. I'm just excited to be here, guys. I guess I can do a birth control update if you guys want that. It's been 2 months since I've been on the pill. I am awaiting the arrival of my second period post-pill. It hasn't happened yet, so maybe I'm pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. I would have to be like the Virgin Mary. So, probably no baby in there. Gonna go out on a limb and say that. That's so dumb. There's no baby in there. I'm just waiting, and my body's being difficult, and I didn't keep as well of a track of my cycle as I did last time, and so I'm like, am I about to have my period? Am I not? I don't know, but my boobs are sore, and my body is doing a bunch of weird period things. So I'm like, yeah, probably it's coming, I'm sure. I guess we'll see in the next couple of days. I don't expect it to be here until like mid to late next week because I've been on antibiotics and stress and yeah. So I've noticed that my skin is a lot more sensitive since stopping birth control, and I don't know if that's a birth control thing or just my body is changing and I actually have something wrong with me that I don't know about thing. But yeah, I've noticed that I've been getting like folliculitis a lot easier, which is just like, I guess, razor burn or like just irritated patches of skin. I guess it could be like an autoimmune thing. I don't know. That scares me. I don't want to think about that. I've also noticed some like just a lot of weird skin stuff. Not like acne or anything, but just like patches of dry skin, patches of red skin, patches of itchy skin. I have a wrist patch right now, but I think that's just from my Fitbit watch when I work out. But I've noticed that I've never had razor burn in my entire life until age 22. So I was like, that's pretty weird, and my razors are fine, and it's not like they're super old or anything. So I don't really know what's up, and I'll let you know if that stops or if something changes with like my blood work or my period or whatever. I'll keep you in the loop, I'm sure. My dad is coming to visit next week, which is pretty cool. He has not been to visit me since, well, my parents, neither of my parents have actually seen my apartment. I moved in here myself. So everything that's in this room right now is stuff that I moved from Bloomington to here by myself. So he's coming and he's going to see my apartment for the first time, so I better clean this up because it's a mess. But we're going to go car shopping, and by we I mean I'm going to go to work and he's going to go car shopping during the day, and if he finds a car that he likes, then that's the one that I'm going to get because ultimately he's a better judge of car character than I am. I also don't know enough about cars to make that decision for myself, if that makes sense. And I'm also a young girl, young tiny girl. I'm not young, and I am a young woman. I'm not a young tiny girl. That sounds dumb. I can drive a car, I can drink alcohol, and I can get married if I want to. And have a baby if I want to, honestly. I don't want to, but I could. So I'm a young woman, and that means someone's going to try to sell me something that I don't need or want, or they're going to try to highball me or lowball me or something. Going to Firestone as a young woman is a nightmare because they're like, hey, we noticed this on your car. Do you want to like pay an extra $50 for us to fix it for you? And I'm like, no. And it always throws them off when I'm like, my favorite time that I've ever been to Firestone is they were trying to tell me that the belt on my car was messed up. The belt on my car was messed up and that I needed to get it changed. And I looked him dead in the eyes and go, can I see it? And he looked like he was about to die because I was like, I don't know. I'm like, do people not normally like want to go see it? I want to make sure what you're telling me is the truth. So they gave me the little glasses and like head. They gave me the little construction goggles to put on so that, my eyes didn't get gouged out by some random flying machinery. And I got to go look at it. And I'm like, it looks fine. I see the cracks in it, kind of, not really. I honestly don't know what I'm looking at, but I don't see anything that I think is abnormal. Even though I'm not a car expert. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, I don't want to get it fixed, sir. Thank you. I'm always polite, but after there's this one encounter I had I don't know why I'm ranting about something that happened like almost 7 years ago. When I was 16 or 17, I had to get, my air conditioning went out, and I've done enough research to find out that it was my air conditioning relay. So I just needed to find that piece, and I could fix my car for like $20. And I was like, I'm so cool. And so I was at school, so my dad was calling around to places to make sure they had the part before I drove all the way out there to get it. So I went to this AutoZone out in the middle of nowhere, and I get there, and I have the number of the piece that I need, and I go up to the guy, and I'm like, hey, I need an air conditioning relay for my car. Here's the piece number. Do you have this piece here? And he looks me dead in the eyes and goes, no, we don't have it. And I was like, okay. My dad called, and I didn't want to pull the my dad called you guys earlier card because I wanted to be an adult. I was like, okay, well, my dad called earlier and he said that you guys had it. And he was like, well, we don't have it. And I was like, okay. And so I walked right outside the store and I called my dad and I told him, and then I walked back in the store and I hear the whole like the phone system in the store just blowing up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know exactly who that is. And my dad is not a man to be messed with. He was a cop one time, and so he's not now, and he hasn't been for like 20 years. He was before I was born. But this man is not to be trifled with. And so I hear this guy's tone immediately change, and I'm like, I didn't want to call my dad, but you forced my hand. So I got the part, and I fixed my car, and there was no other issue, but I was just like, why did you have to make me call my dad? But anyway, I'm calling my dad again because he's just the best person to call for car problems because he knows the most. So we're going to get a new car this week, and by we, I mean me. But he's going to be here to help me pick it out. I found this really beautiful Honda Civic. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful and so well priced. And I just really hope that it's available and as good as it is as advertised, because she is fine. She only has it's a 2016 Honda Civic, and it's like $16,000 and has 26,000 miles on it, and I'm willing to pay the extra money to have a nicer car with lower miles. Because at the end of the day, if I get in another accident, I'm gonna want more money for the car, because I know that for Jasper, I'm only gonna get probably like $2,000, and in car dollars, that's like $20. I probably won't even get $2,000. I don't know how much is gonna happen. They haven't like priced it out yet or totaled it out, which is really sad that Jasper even has to be totaled. I was hoping he would get a much better send-off than what he got, but I hope this Civic works out because it's beautiful and I want it. I also really like the bigger cars. I didn't think I would like a bigger car, but since I was driving this Mercedes and it's like I sit up higher, I'm like, ooh, I like this. Not because it's a Mercedes. I'm just like, the only part of the Mercedes that I'm excited about is that it locks and has a bass speaker. The other things are just like benefits. Those are the two things that I want, because my other car did not have a bass speaker, didn't have Bluetooth, didn't have like backup camera. It was a 2003. So when I sat in this car, I literally didn't know how to like turn it on all the way. It was a push to start, and I was like, what do I do? I couldn't figure out how to move the seat. And so I had to go back into Enterprise and get the lady and be like, hey, can you like help me figure out how to move the seat, because I don't know how to move it, and I don't know how to drive this car, and I can't drive it if my legs are too far back because I'm 5'5", and I just need some help. And she was like, oh, it's on the door, and I was like, I didn't even think to look at the door. I was too busy like doing the under seat thing where you like pull it and slide yourself back and forth, or like the side buttons. None of that was what happened. So it was embarrassing, but it was a learning experience, I guess you could say. Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been wild. I had to reschedule my hair appointment. I had literally called my hairdresser and was like, hey, I'm not gonna be there at 10, so sorry. So, and the next time she could get me in was April, and I'm like, oh, my hair is hurting so bad, Louise, please help me. But it'll all get sorted out. Oh, it saved me about $200, but at what cost? Oh man. I hope this episode feels well put together. I feel like I'm just talking in circles, but that's okay. Guys, I went on a bender this morning about body positivity to myself, and yeah, I was talking to Jared about it, and I was like jumping up and down, and like I was like, I'm 22 and nothing can get me down, and I look great, and I have hips, and I'm never gonna be like a tiny noodle skinny girl, but that's okay because I have hips and they're great, and I'm great, and it's great, and we're all great. Yes, let's go. I don't care. This lymph node in my neck is really stressing me out, but nothing can kill me. I am a healthy 22-year-old female. Look at me go. And it was just, I was having a moment with myself, and Jared was just collateral damage, but I think it was just one of those moments where I was having a lot of anxiety about my neck, and the node and the powers that be, and I'd been having the last couple of weeks, I've just been feeling not very great about myself, and so to finally like have a breakthrough and be like, no, I am doing the best that I can, and I look good, and I don't look bad, and I don't have to hate myself, and I can love myself, and I can be healthy and I want to take care of myself and all of that. And I was like, this is a really important moment for me. Mainly because I had been looking at old pictures and I was obviously like in high school and at the beginning of college, I was still a teenager. So of course I'm gonna be skinnier than I am in my early to mid 20s. Like it's just a thing that happens. I'm sorry. Like I'm not fat by any means. I've not put on anything, but I've definitely filled out. So there's that, which is normal. I've not gained excess amounts of weight. I've just put on like 5 pounds and since working a desk job, and that's understandable. I'm not walking constantly. And it was just a big deal. And I was like looking at these pictures and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so skinny and I didn't even like myself then and now. And I realized I'm probably only going to get fatter. Like, I mean, my metabolism's going to keep slowing gradually and more and more gradually every day. And I'm going to have babies. And then I'm going to have a postpartum body. And, you know, it's going to take time to bounce back from that. But then again, it'll never be like it was before. And then I'll be like in my 40s and then my 50s. And I'll be old. And beauty and bodies fade. And it just isn't worth worrying about. But am I going to worry about it again in like 2 weeks? Probably. It's an ongoing habit, and it's probably hard to break, 10 plus years of constantly striving for a body type that isn't yours. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just going on tangents, and this is the longest one I've ever recorded. It's currently 38 minutes, which is longer than I've ever talked. Usually I only talk for like 25, but I've really been enjoying talking to you guys today because I feel like I have a decent amount of stuff to share. Mostly about my lymph node and my car accident. And yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Life's pretty sick. And Ketchup is doing very well for those of you wondering, which you probably weren't. I need to clean his tank today, but he's sleeping right now, so I'm not going to bother him. He's so good. I like to call him my weird dog. I don't know why. Just, he's a weird dog. Kind of is like a dog. He sits. Not when I ask him to, but he does. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and maybe go make some dinner or something. Or go get dinner. Going to get dinner sounds kind of nice. Maybe I'll see if Emma wants to go get Wendy's or something. Sounds pretty good. Well, I hope you have had a great 2 weeks since that's the last time I uploaded a podcast of sorts. But I really hope that your 2 weeks have been good, and I hope that your next month is just fantastic, and I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you feel beautiful and love yourself, and I just know that I want that for you, whether I know you or not. I really want you to love yourself, and I hope that you can. Yeah, so I guess I will talk to you guys in the next couple of weeks. I'll see you around. Oh, I'm 15 seconds away from 40 minutes, so I'm gonna give it a moment. But anyway, have a good month. I hope you get pie on Pie Day and drinks on St. Patrick's Day. I'll talk to you then. Bye!